Jack Smith.
Apes. This is your internet buddy, Jack Smith. And wishing you a happy whatever day this is. Now, Jack Smith, in my last video, I spent the entire time sending a message to my buddy Stephen the Gray. Right? So I didn't get to talk about Oktoberfest. Das ist und Oktoberfest! Dudes. Yeah, Jack Smith went to a fucking Oktoberfest, right? Because the people of Jersey, we like to celebrate the harvest in that way. You know? What we do is when we harvest the grain, when we first start harvesting, we take the best of the grain and we make beer out of that. Then when we are finished with the harvest, completely finished, a few weeks later or whatever, the beer we made, we celebrate and drink it, right? And we also have a bunch of fucking scummy food trucks and shit feeding us super skanky food. So yeah, Jack Smith went to a fucking Oktoberfest, right? Bunch of people, not friends of Jack Smith. Jack Smith is post-social. Jack Smith only has friends on the internet. That's the way I like it, right? But Jack Smith's significant other, Dr. Jones, is extremely popular and has loads of friends, right? And invariably, they are all Marxists. So, Jack Smith finds himself suffocating in a miasma of libtardation whenever he is forced to socialize. So yeah, Oktoberfest, it's like people getting together. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like anything else where you have apes getting together for no fucking reason at all. I could have had a beer at home and fucking watch TV and Googled pictures of Germany, and YouTubed some ziggy zaggy oi 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 music. But Fluffy the cat is crying at the window. Can you hear that? Fucking Fluffy, man. I'm glad she's alive because she was locked out yesterday when Jack Smith had his day off. So, yeah, Oktoberfest. So we're like Oktoberfest, and it was held at this mountain, Hunter Mountain, where Jack Smith used to snowboard when he was not so physically destroyed. Maybe the snowboarding is what speeded my destruction. I do not know. But Jack Smith used to love the snowboarding. Hunter Mountain was like a notorious local snowboarder haven. Punk-ass snowboarders. Which Jack Smith used to snowboard alone, although occasionally going with his girlfriend's brother, Crazy Johnny. Crazy Johnny is from Czechoslovakia, where people are crazy. And the Czechs just got their own Czech Trump, for fuck's sake. They're like making the Czech Republic great again. Those crazy fuckers. God only knows what those fucking lunatics are gonna do. Those people are nuts. But I'm off on a tangent. So yeah, I'm at Oktoberfest and I'm like eating potato pancakes, which were very heavy and exploded out of my ass the next day. So I guess they were secret ingredient was bacteria. And Dr. Jones, uh, she was eating like fucking bratwurst or some shit, which Jackson, Dr. Jones is like practically a fucking vegetarian, right? Jack Smith has to come home every day, and on the days when Dr. Jones is cooking, she's cooking up some kind of fucking mealy, cardboard tasting, beans based vegetarian shit. Now, I mean, I'm being unfair. She's a great cook. When she does cook, it's amazing. But she likes beans. She likes the legumes. Le legume. She likes that shit, you know? From all those years she lived out in fucking, I don't know, Colorado or wherever. So anyway, Oktoberfest. So I'm at Oktoberfest with a bunch of Marxists celebrating the harvest that the National Socialists used to celebrate back in the day. And of course I'm like spacing out. I mean, the mountain itself is beautiful. It's like verdant acres and acres of like verdant mountains and farms and hills, and it's a lovely area. It's like 2 hours away from Jack Smith. So, you know, they're all having their socialist conversations about shit, and Jack Smith is spacing out, so I don't like allow my blood pressure to go up, and I'm like hearing blah 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 blah, pay for the tax cuts. Now, Jack Smith can keep his shit together until he hears how are we going to pay for the tax cuts. And to Jack Smith, there is no deeper level of unthinking, libtard, reality ignorance than the pay for the tax cuts trope that they will trot that out any fucking chance. I mean, anytime you bring up tax cuts, they want to know how we're going to pay for the tax cuts, right? So for any libtards who happen to be watching this, who happen to rely on that because they think it's true, Jack Smith is going to set your sorry, stupid fucking ass straight on pay for the tax cuts. How are we going to pay for the tax cuts? All right. The government is a giant fucking corporation. A corporation that writes its own laws, has its own police force, and has its own fucking army. And raises its prices without any competition. The price we pay for government services is called taxes. Right? Now, the thing is, we have to pay taxes. no matter what. Everything is taxed, pretty much. I mean, there's a small component of shit that is not taxed. But when Jack Smith offers a price cut to his customers, Jack Smith does not say to himself, how am I going to pay for this price cut? Because the theory is, and it is a working theory, is that a cut in prices will increase the volume of money that Jack Smith takes in smaller amounts. If the price is cut, people can afford more. People are more likely to buy. Now, the whole likely component is out the window where the government is concerned. But when the government cuts taxes, people have more money. They don't stuff it in the mattress unless they're fucking Italians, right? So everyone who's not an Italian grandma is pissing their money away on shit, right? They're buying the new $1,000 iPhone, right? Because apes need a $1,000 phone to talk to their ape friends when they're not at Oktoberfest together getting diarrhea. When people have more money, they spend more money. And when you spend money on stuff, what do you pay on stuff? Unless you're like decorating a grave, which is not taxed. You are paying taxes when you buy more shit. When businesses are taxed less and have more money, they can make the boss's life easier by hiring more people. When taxes are raised, people get fired because the boss has to pay a lot more taxes, and the only way he can pay for the tax increase is to fire some douchebags who work for him. So there is no paying for the tax cuts. Taxes are cut to generate revenue through economic activity. Okay, you fucking stupid fucking libtards. This is why under tax cuts there is like massive revenue increases. This is why the famous, and thank God for the internet, the famous Kennedy speech where he talks about cutting taxes to increase government revenue and boost the economy, etc., etc., etc. Okay, you fucktards. And just in case you think Jack Smith is being a hypocrite by dissing apes who have goddamn $1,000 phones, look at this, you fucktards. Eh? Jack Smith's fucking phone. This is the phone of a post-social man, right? Everybody's out there looking on her phone. Dr. Jones, staring at her fucking phone all night. Jack Smith ain't staring at his fucking phone. My only connection with apes is on the YouTube, right? The YouTube, which is this is the level of service that YouTube gives anyone who is not a Marxist, right? Relegated Jack Smith to the Siberia. I'm in the gulag of social media through their Marxist algorithms. All right. So what else did I want to fucking say? Pay for the tax cuts. That was only one of the glorious subjects discussed at the Oktoberfest. Jack Smith, I did not school these fucktards on it. Uh, Not like in a very severe way involving curse words and insults. Um, I did draw a gentle analog to business. Um, and, I was gentle about it. I didn't freak the fuck out. I almost freaked the fuck out when they started talking about take the knee and those anti-MAGA fucktards in the NFL. How Marxists love sports, I do not know. I mean, it's competition. It's like patently unfair. It is fundamentally unfair because you've got people who are better than other people at doing stuff. How can they handle that? I do not know. They want to live in some kind of Harrison Bergeron universe. Um. So yeah. Take the knee. Yeah, they're talking about take the fucking knee, and you know, uh I don't know where take the knee is gonna go. I mean, it's so obviously fake, and it's so obvious that only the stupidest, unthinking, how we gonna pay for the tax cuts, fucktards, um, don't understand that it's isolated police incidents um, being protested by a bunch of millionaires saying the country is racist because of these isolated police incidents. But the memes will defeat them. Hopefully, my 4chan Kekistani brothers will defeat them with the memes. Seen some good memes. Oh, um, yeah. I saw a meme about how people who are mixed raced never ever think of themselves as white because there is no real white privilege. There is only ethnic privilege of whatever strain. And that was a pretty good meme. I also saw a fucking great meme, and this is a thing. I hope this is a thing. I saw a meme talking about the take a knee. This is why they take a knee. And they talked about some douchebag who was walking around Walmart. He just bought his a BB gun, and he's walking around Walmart or wherever. And somebody saw the guy with a gun, freaked out, called 911. Was like, "There's a guy with a gun pointing the gun at people." Right? Cops came in, immediately shot the guy and killed him. Didn't ask any questions. Blah blah blah. So there's a meme saying this unfairness is why they take the knee. Implying that the situation was completely unfair, when really it was like all the cops heard was guy pointing a gun at people. In their minds, it was a potential, mass murder situation. So they came in, immediately shot the guy without any kind of chit chat. I mean, even if you had a RoboCop, the RoboCop would have done the same thing, because the fault lies in the person who called 911, who was probably some anti-gun libtard fuckhead, right? So anyway, that meme, this is why they take the knee, and expressing it with the allegory that a completely fair situation was unfair. And libtards take this and they post it all over. Some fucking drag queen Facebook buddies with, posted this shit all in an up. This is why they take the knee. This is why. Don't you see? And even on its face, the The facts and the logic are so completely fucked. It's hilarious. And it made Jack Smith think this may be a trend in creating really cool, like, hyper ironic, hyper irony, right? Hyper irony. It could be a thing. All right. This is Jack Smith saying happy Oktoberfest, you apes. Jack Smith out.
I'm Jack Smith.